Hello, kindergarten. It is Mrs. Merritt. Today we're going to do Module 3, Lesson 28. And our objective is I will visualize quantities to compare two numerals. So we're going to just look at the numbers and we're going to know what number is bigger or what number is smaller, depending on the question being asked. Okay, so our first thing we need to do, they've asked us to get 4 snowmen. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they asked us to put a hat on each snowman. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we said we had to get 2 more hats for the snowman that melted yesterday. So how many snowmen do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 snowmen, and how many hats do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can look at our picture, but let's think about this. 4. Do I have to count up or count backwards to go to 6? I have to count up. So I would count 5, 6. So do we have more hats or more snowmen? We have more hats. 6 hats is greater than 4 snowmen. So 6 is greater than 4. Which number is less? So we said 6 was greater than 4. So that would mean 4 is less than 6. Good job. Okay, so for today, we're going to play a little game. We're going to be given some numbers, and we have to figure out which one is greater or which one's bigger. Okay? Here we go. So we have to pick the greater number. We have this number here, which is 7, and this number here, which is 4. So we have 7, or we have 4. I love cookies, so if I was baking cookies, would I want 7 cookies, or would I just want 4 cookies? I would want 7. 7 is more than 4, because watch. 7, what comes after 7? 8, 9, 10. I don't hear 4, but when we count down, we lose some. 7, 6, 5, 4. We know that 7 is bigger than 4. So I'm going to pop the 7 balloon. We did it. Let's do our next one. Pick the lesser numbers. Now we want less of something. Okay? So we have the number 7 and the number 8. Let's put up the number 7. Do I have to count up or do I go down to get to 8? I have to go up to get to 8, right? 7, 8. I have to put a finger up. So which number is smaller? Is 8 or 7 smaller? 7. Pick the greater number, so the bigger number. Okay? We have the numbers 9 or we have 5. When we're talking about greater, we want more. So is 9 bigger or 5 bigger? Show me in your hands. 9 is bigger, right? When I start at 5, I'd have to count up to get to 9. And when we're talking greater, we want to count up. We want more. Pick the lesser number. So the numbers that is smaller. We have 9 and we have 8. So here's 9. Do I have to count up or go greater to get to 8? Or do I come down and have less? I come down and I have less. So what is our smaller number or lesser number? 8. Pick the greater number. We have the number 6 and we have the number 7. So let's find the number 7. Put it on our hand. Now, we have the number 6 as an option. Do I count up to get to 6 when I'm already at 7? No, I have to go backwards. I have to go less. So is 7 bigger or is 6 bigger? 7. Pick the lesser number or the smaller number. Is 6 smaller or is 8 smaller? Think about it. Let's start at 6. To get to 8, do I go up? Oh, do I go up or down? 6, 7, 8. I have to get more to get to 8. So is 8 bigger? Yeah. So is 8 lesser? No. 6 is less than 8. Okay, now we have the number 3 and 5. We have to pick the greater number this time. So let's start at 3. To get to 5, do I count up and add more, or do I come down? I count up, so 3, 4, 5. So what's numbers bigger? 5, and I can tell that because I only had 3 fingers up, and then I added 4 and 5. Great job. Okay, so the next 2 I'm going to have you do on your own. You're going to have to tell me what number is less in this one, so the lower number. We have the number 3 here, and we have the number 6 here. Which one's less or smaller? If you think it's 6, put your hand on your head. If you think it's 3, put your hand on your belly. If you put your hand on your belly, you're right. 3 is less than 6. I have 6. To get to 3, I don't want to go 7, 8, 9, 10. I need to go down. I need to go 6, 5, 4, 3. And our last one. Pick the greater number. We are going to choose between 4 and 2. Now think about this. When we think greater, think of your favorite food. If you like pizza, do you want 4 pieces of pizza or do you just want 2? You want the 4, right? So 4 is our greater number. Awesome job. You guys did a great job with figuring out which was less than or which was more than or greater than just by knowing the numbers. But I do want to share a tip. What helps me sometimes is to draw a picture when I get confused. And I always think of greater as more, and I, like I said, love cookies. So I always want more cookies. So when I hear that I need to think of something that's greater, I want the biggest number of cookies. Now, I personally, I'm not a big fan of Brussels sprouts. Some people are, some people aren't. And I will eat them, but I want less of them on my plate than if we were having carrots or something like that. So what I want you to think about is greater. You want more of, so think of your favorite food. Less, you don't want as much, so you think of the smaller number. But if you still need to draw pictures, that's totally fine, okay? For your exit ticket today, you're going to be given numbers. And sometimes you're going to be asked to find the greater number, and sometimes you're going to be asked to find the lesser number, okay? When comparing the two numbers you're given. So when we think of more, what do we think of? Our favorite food. And if we think of less, what are we thinking of? Something we don't like so much, right? We don't want as much of it. We'd rather have more of the things we like, right? Okay, I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me.